I've had an idea for a few weeks now, and I've been meaning to scratch it out, on some paper and draw out prototypes. Potentially, I can't actually make a prototype because I can't do things like that as easily as I can say, hey, if it did this and that and this and that, it would be nice. So with this idea, I'm hoping to possibly throw it out there in a possibly on Kickstarter to see if I can get the idea funded and made. And it's something that I think could take off. I've thought about using Quirky, although anytime I've used Quirky, I didn't have a very good experience. I found Quirky to be kind of a waste of time. Kickstarter, I've funded projects before. I've talked about Kickstarter projects before. If I can find the right partner, someone who can engineer a prototype and has had that experience with product design and development. See, that's the thing. Got to have experience. Can't just say, oh, I'll do it. I mean, I can pick anybody to say, oh, I'll do it. I need someone with experience because I think it's a good idea. And instead of going to a major manufacturer and pitching them the idea, they could deny me and I can move on. I may file a patent for it. I don't know. I haven't seen anything like it in the marketplace, something that I know I've needed and I know that you would need too if you knew what it was that I was talking about. But it's not ready yet. Obviously, I can't just talk about it without actually showing you something. What would be the point of doing that? We've been looking and really watching that landscape for quite a while. And if you have an idea, maybe it's more fully baked, maybe you have a working prototype you'd like to share with everybody, you should consider crowdfunding. And we've written an article on LockerGnome.com, crowdfunding being the future of technology. This isn't just for gadgets and gizmos, really. To take it bigger, there are people who are funding their media projects by way of Kickstarter and similar websites and services. You don't have to wait for somebody else to give you the green light. You can share what you want to share and see if anybody's going to back you. That is extremely powerful. To know that you think you've got the best idea in the world, when you are ready to share it, consider, instead of going after VC funding, which you may or may not get, instead of going after angel funding, which you may or may not get, it's just as easy to set up a web page and use it to possibly fund your project. TCPNet just commented here in the live YouTube thread. Chris, there's also Indiegogo. It's similar to Kickstarter, but lots more people, projects, and accepts PayPal. Oh, Indiegogo. I learn something new every day. Thank you. I'll look into that because, as I said, I do believe my idea is solid. I need to flesh out a few more details, but I think it could actually work if I found the right partners to help make it happen. And I'm not talking big partners. I mean, I do think I want to crowdfund my idea. I think it would be a total blast to create something like that and to be a part of something like that. This is the future. For creation. We don't have to wait for companies to make things for us. We can make them ourselves. Doesn't mean that every one of these projects that you fund is going to rock. In fact, I funded a project that sucked, and I've talked about it sucking, not on YouTube, but elsewhere, and I got an email last night from the CTO of the company saying, do you have a vendetta against this company? No. It's just the product did not meet my expectations. What do you think I'm upset? I funded it. I gave you money to make something that was going to work like I saw it work in your prototype. So, bottom line, some of these things work when you fund them or work well enough, and some don't. But I still think it's worth a roll of the dice when you see something that has promise and to be a part of something that could potentially be the next pet rock, the next big thing. That's not my idea, by the way. That's already been done. Not that I would invent like the pet USB drive. That's probably already... Oh, yeah, they have the USB humping dog. It's already been done. The pet scissors? I actually got a paper cut today. And here's the weird thing. I have not touched a single piece of paper. I don't know where the hell it came from. I just looked down and I'm bleeding. I'm like, well, that's kind of weird. And it's a paper cut. Or something like that. Maybe it was something else. I don't know. Maybe I cut myself on my facial hair. Yeah, I know. I need to shave. And by the way, my invention has nothing to do with shaving. Or could it? So, check out the article and take a deeper look. Because if you are in the world of technology and you want to get something off the ground, we've got a few really fantastic starting points for you and explainers as to why doing it this way is really part of your future, whether you realize it or not.